And the last bit of news that we got, Kevin Feige at a Comic-Con in Brazil, no, it was D23 in Brazil, recently said that Miles Morales will be coming to the live-action MCU, but not until after Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out, which I find interesting because people are upset about it, but at the same time, that puts it in line with Secret Wars, which, in my opinion, that's how they're going to bring him in. He's going to be Spider-Man from another universe, and that's how they're going to bring him into the MCU. So, what do you guys think? Montego, what do you think? Are you excited to see Miles live action?
I wasn't back in the day. Back in the day when, like, you know, they had brought Tom Holland in for the first movie, I was like, I don't want to see no more Spider-Man, because even though I love Into the Spider-Verse and all those movies, I'm not a fan, again, of like multiverses. I'm just not. And I'd just rather not see it. But without the multiverse, Spider-Man wouldn't, Miles Morales wouldn't exist. So saying that, maybe the Spider-Verse I don't mind, but like the multiverse in Marvel, I do mind, because it just gets so cheap, in my opinion. So if you're looking into like the Spider-Verse as like the real universe, like in the comics, because Peter Parker was Spider-Man, and then, Miles came around and he mentored him and things like that, I don't mind that. Into the Spider-Verse movies totally changed my opinion on Miles Morales coming into the Spider-Verse. It was so good. It was so epic. It was like better than some of the movies, a lot of the movies. And it was like, damn, this character is so good. This universe is so good. It was so different than Peter Parker, with, him having both of his parents, in his life, and, him just wanting to be better. And without the Spider-Verse, there was no movie, right? Because Gwen Stacy was from someplace else, and all these other characters which mentored him and helped him along. So I began having a super love affair with Miles Morales. Now, I loved him before, because when you're reading comics, you're like, okay, this is a different universe. It's not that bad, because normally they didn't infringe upon each universe with other characters. It was like, this is the 616 universe. This is the whatever universe, and this is what's happening there. When they came out with the Ultimate Universe, it's like, fine, the shit is constant here, and if anybody dies, they die, right? They're not coming back. We're not going to another universe to bring them back. And I really like the Ultimate Universe, because that's where Miles Morales was, if I'm not mistaken. And so for them to decide to do that now, that character of Miles Morales is so effing cool. Like, I bought a PlayStation 5 and played all three of the games that were effing phenomenal on the the PlayStation, the Miles Morales games and the Spider-Man game, and then like two of them together. Enjoyed it so much. I'm like, this is a rich character, and it's not even a cheap character that's like Spider-Man knockoff. No, it is, but he's his own Spider-Man, and giving a nod to the other Spider-Man. So by all means, especially with the characters y'all been coming out with, trying to do movies with, like, trying to make us excited with, nobody's been excited about, a much of Marvel in a while. I think everybody would lose their goddamn mind to see Miles. And my only regret is that the childish Gambino couldn't actually play that role, because actually pitched it to begin with, and would have been perfect at the age, when he first pitched it and stuff. Yeah, the suit, man. So that's my opinion, man.
He's close to our age, isn't he? Come on.
Hey, dude, I'm 52, and like I know he got to be 40 something. You ain't no Miles Morales. You ain't 15, 16 years old no more.
And it's funny because I think you made an excellent point, but maybe you didn't realize it. One of the things that makes the Spider-Verse movies work is that in each universe, like at least the main characters, it's not like 5 versions of Peter Parker. It's like all different Spider-Men. So you got Spider-Gwen, you get Miles, you get Peter, you get Spider-Punk, like all different versions of Spider-Man. So that's what makes it work. Whereas No Way Home, you got 3 Peter Parkers, so
which
was that was their opportunity to bring Miles in.
Love that movie, and they should have. That's the only thing was missing. I love that movie, and I hate multiple universe stuff, but damn, No Way Home, dude, I could have every time Garfield talked, I just wanted to cry, man. And I'm not even an emotional dude, but to me, he was the star of that movie. I was like, damn, Andrew Garfield, I want to see another Andrew Garfield Spider now that he has worked through this shit. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, speaking of emotional men that like to cry, Don, what do you think about Miles coming into the MCU?
And I fucking love a good emotional cry where I look ugly and shit. Fucking love it.
Oh my goodness.
But anyway, so yeah, what's funny about the Miles Morales character, how interesting it is, because here we have a 52-year-old man that just told you how great they thought the character was, okay? Which is wonderful. But fuck all that. The kids love that shit. They love Miles Morales. They love Into the Spider-Verse. And so Miles Morales, a.k.a. the reason why Sony has Marvel by the balls, and by the way, Marvel placed their scrotum into Sony's hand by saying, we want to do Secret Wars. Mm-hmm. Holy shit. Well, guess who's the whole reason the good guys even fucking win in Hickman's Secret Wars? Yep. Miles Morales. Why? Spoiler alert. Because Molecular Man was hungry and Miles Morales had a cheeseburger in his pocket and gave it to him. Boom. That's why Secret Wars gets resolved, because of Miles Morales.
Professor, excuse me. So I'm not aware of Hickman's Secret Wars. I'm only aware of the Secret Wars, which Spider-Man was the. So that's the thing, huh? You just educated me stuff, because I never knew. I remember they did a Secret Wars thing after the original, and I was like, I read this already. I didn't know it was something different, So it was Hickman.
Right, and
it must have been super cerebral.
Obviously, that's the direction they're going in the MCU, because they're bringing Doom in, and he's the one behind the second Secret Wars. So,
because in the second Secret Wars, actually it's the third Secret Wars, but anyway, nonetheless, it's all about these universes converging and destroying each other, or one survives and one doesn't. And so the ultimate and the 616 converge.
There, but go ahead.
A little bit, yes, absolutely a DC.
That is
absolutely.
Which is how you end up with Miles in the 616 universe, because
he survives.
Because he was the only person to survive right out of the universe.
Yes.
He's like, I'm here.
Right, and once that's the whole thing. Once they said, "Oh well, we can't use Kang because the actor has had some issues," you can tell that's why they went this direction. Okay, well, we'll just do what they did in the comics. We'll do Secret Wars, and we'll collapse everything into one universe and get rid of the multiverse that way. So, yeah.
So, anywho, I'm all for it, because the kids love it, and it is a very integral character. If they're actually going to do Secret Wars, it's just, I cannot believe Sony still has Marvel by the balls. Because forget about Miles Morales. I mean, don't forget about him, because the fucking character is huge with the kids, which means, hey, look, you can have life after us 50-year-olds or 45-year-olds, us die off here soon. But still, with Spider-Man, as much of an X-Men fan as I am, as much as this is the highest-selling comic in the history of all mankind, Spider-Man has still always been more of a better brand in Marvel than X-Men. So, Sony, I cannot believe Marvel does not own the rights to and has to work with Sony like this.
It was in
Sony
trouble,
is such a I get it. I mean, I get it, but goddamn, Sony is so lucky, right? Because remember when the PlayStation first came out? They're like, boom, we've got the most popular video game. Oh man, by the way, we make all the CDs, so we get to do it for cheap as fuck, and hence why the PlayStation is as dominant as it is. But way to go, Sony, you fucking made the right bet, because Marvel's ball sack is right.
Well, right. They didn't have to put any money into all of that Marvel stuff at all. And
Mhm.
so they just
Right.
but they received all of the royalties and all of the money for it. So that was beautiful for them. Moving forward, they keep doing these movies without Spider-Man.
Yeah, those
So
fucking
that's
suck
the thing,
ass.
Yeah. Y'all just won't put a Spider-Man. You don't even have to like get Tom Holland. You could just get a stuntman in a suit. But, they don't even do it because, comic books, all you needed to see was Spidey come swinging by.
Listen, old motherfuckers like us, I will complain to the high heavens about the fucking Venom trilogy. Holy fuck, how do they have a trilogy and no Spider-Man? But my 10-year-old daughter is all about that shit.
Yeah.
All about the Venom. It's the only reason I've even fucking watched them other than being on superheroes.
Have you guys watched the third one? Is that out yet?
Yeah, we did a review a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to go to the movies about it, but I told Tiff, I said it might come on streaming, so let's hold our breath.
Right.
It actually,
45 days is.
I was gonna say it actually is doing pretty well in the box office, which surprised me. Not as good as other movies, but yeah.
Got an Eminem song. You ever hear it? Venom, Venom, Venom. My kids all over it.
I remember they said something. I heard something about that. I actually like the Tom Hardy, his acting and the whole Venom thing. I do like the Venom Eddie Brock dichotomy, which is completely different from the comic books, but I kind of like it. And I'm like, I kind of dig it, so. But I didn't like the second movie. I liked the first one. I didn't like the second one.
That's good.
Well,
I never thought. I saw 1 and 3. That's it.
Oh, well, they had Woody Harrelson, which I thought it was going to be really good because he was Carnage.
You would
but it
think.
was just kind of like,
yeah.
Who the fuck else would you get to play Cletus Cassidy ever in all the world? Who else would you do?
I don't think he was crazy.
I always point out that was the first date with my girlfriend is we went and saw the second Venom movie.
Really?
Yeah. And we're still together,
Always
so
sucks.
hey.
Yeah, but that always sucks. Like when you just go to a movie that you wouldn't otherwise go unless you might get laid afterwards, and then it becomes a thing. Like, oh, this is a shitty movie, but whatever, it's our thing now.
I've been married for 20-something years, so I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for watching this clip from the Superhero Speak podcast. And don't forget to watch us live every Sunday night right here on this channel.
While you're here, hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications so you won't miss out on any of our great upcoming content.
Speaking of content, don't forget to check out our website, superheroespeak.com, where you can find the podcast, links to our social media, merch, comic reviews, and so much more. That's superheroespeak.com.
Thanks for watching, and don't let your cape be caught in the door. See you next time.